Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of The Carriage with Andy the Gabby Cabby. A little bit later than planned. As you know, I was supposed to come on last night, and for some reason, it didn't go as planned. I would blame EasyJet in their entirety. They should sack all their staff. How dare they stop me from getting back to the garage? No, it was a simple case of I was picking up a family who was coming in from Jersey. And when I looked at the flight radar, which is a tracking software that I use every single day of the week for the last, 7 days in a week, we had a situation where everything was on time. Everything was fine. So I thought, yeah, this will all work out. Anyway, as luck would have it, what happened, it was about an hour and a half late. And by the time I got back, I just was not in a position to do the live stream. It really was a shame, but I'm here now, and that's the main thing. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button straight off. Give it the thumbs up. I'm wearing my Arseholes t-shirt tonight. Lammy, Rayner, Starmer, Reeves, Hay, Cooper, Miliband, Reynolds spells arseholes, and it's making the lighting go a bit weird. You can see the glint on the top of my hair, so there you go. Hello, Ryan. Hope you're well. Who said that? Oh my God, Jersey EasyJet. Didn't know they fly there, fly British Airways. Yeah, Jean-Marc, the family was actually, they came on two separate flights. One of them was EasyJet and one of them was British Airways. I don't know why they did it that way, but the British Airways one got here with no problems. It was the EasyJet one that was the delayed one, so it set everybody back a little bit. Gold Mario 5500, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Very much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you. That'll go in the drink fund, which tonight is Coke Zero. Oh, very nice too. Are they the names of the people on the special bus? Well, they should be, shouldn't they? Absolutely. Now, tonight, no surprise, EasyJet gets in late. Yeah, Jean-Marc, it's usually always the late stuff later on in the day where we have the problems. They really are a pain. Tonight, we're going to do a little bit of, Christmassy. Try and have a little bit of a giggle. Hi, Julie, good to see you. And then, a couple of more serious bits if we do at the end. Now, I've got an idea to try and do a live stream tomorrow as well, Christmas Eve. I'm not sure whether it will work out yet, so I'm not planning anything just at the moment. Depends how the rest of the day goes, because I've got to do some last minute dropping presents off and all that sort of thing. Well, we got 176 in after a few minutes, which is great. If I can ask you all to hit the like button. Also, let me know what you're doing for Christmas. Let me know what you're doing. That will be something where we can check all your plans. Me, tomorrow, Christmas Eve, I'm off to my dad's. I've got to take some bits over there. What we got? $20 super chat. Raise a glass on Christmas Eve from me and Shannon Lee. Thank you very much, Factual. Very much appreciated. I've got your email, which you sent me. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and reply to it yet, but I'm not ignoring you. I will do. I'll try and get that cracked out this evening, so we know where we are. All right. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm around my dad's. With my son Jack, and take some presents around there, and got a couple of bits to do. Then I've got to see my friend Dave in the evening, and then Christmas Day we are seeing my mother-in-law in the nursing home that she's currently in. Going to have Christmas dinner around my mum's, and then I think we're coming away, and then I'll probably go back to my mum's a little bit later on. So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, there's a great thing. People are talking about Christmas turkeys, and I saw a great cooking implement on, I think it was QVC, one of these Ninja air fryers. It could do everything. I think there was about five 5 cooking functions: air frying, slow cooking, all sorts of stuff. It looked pretty good actually. So I'll probably invest in one of those. See how we get on with it. Everyone's loving my t-shirt. That is absolutely wonderful. There's one question I want to ask you. Has anyone ever heard of Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist? Give me a 1 in the chat if you've heard of Jeff Dunham. Or a 2 if you haven't. Make sure you buy the right one, Andy John. Mark says, yeah, I will do. 1's heard of Jeff Dunham. Never heard of him. Lots of 2s. Yeah, Jeff Dunham is an American ventriloquist. He's been going for 20 or 30 years. He must be by now. And he has various characters, one of which is called Walter. And Walter is one of these typical grumpy old farts that you might find living next door to you, that, you know, folds his arm and he doesn't have a good word to say about anything. But what really struck me, he's been cancelled now for some of his characters. Exiled Irish says, yeah, I mean, one of his characters is called Ahmed, the dead terrorist. And thank you very much for the £3 super chat, Gold Mario. Very much appreciated. Yeah, one of them is called Ahmed, the dead terrorist. And I remember he went to Malaysia and they told him that you can't bring Ahmed. So what they did, they disguised Ahmed. They put a beret on him and said he was his French cousin. And they took the piss completely. It was really funny. But back to Walter. Now, what actually happened? They did a little skit which really sticks with me. You've got a lot of this stuff around where people won't say Christmas. Where, you know, they won't say Christmas or it's offensive. It's happy holidays and all that sort of thing. And I found this clip. I thought it was wonderful. This is Walter.
What? Happy holidays? You know, I've been wanting to say this for a couple of years now. Screw you, it's Merry Christmas.
Screw you, it's Merry Christmas. I thought the sentiment was absolutely wonderful. And I couldn't agree with that more. You know, everybody's going to say happy holidays. Say that. No, it's Christmas. Ian's noticed the happy holidays as well. Absolutely. What's Ryan saying? Hello, mate. I'm not Christian, but even I'm annoyed at how it's losing its place in modern culture. Yeah, I think where we've got, you know, the culture that we do have, we've got a situation where everybody's easily offended, or the governments are trying to include everybody with everything all the time, aren't they? And it just doesn't wash, does it? It's sad. It's sad, and we need to get back to what this country was all about. What did we do in 2025 or not? I don't know. The next thing, there was a thing that I saw. I did a video on this. It was all about identification, namely digital identification, and the fact that we can't surrender to this digital ID because it opens the floodgates to loads of other stuff. And I wanted to play this video that I saw online. It's where they're trying to sneak it in by the back door and trying to involve our kids with it. Have a look at this and see what you think. I should be able to play this without any problem. Right, mate.
Right, mate. Can I get a pint of lager, please?
Yeah, of course. Can I just see some ID?
Yeah, no worries. It's got this somewhere here.
Hi, can I have a pint of Christmas cracker, please?
Certainly.
I know it's a surprise for everyone, but I don't get asked for my ID anymore. But for loads of young people, they get asked all the time when they want to buy a drink. So we're changing the law so that next Christmas, young people will have their ID on their phone, so they won't have all of the hassle of needing to get ID or leaving their ID at home or their paper ID getting lost or damaged. There's already 50 digital apps like this one. But what it means is that bar staff can scan to prove somebody's identity and it doesn't give away any personal information. So it means that giving your ID is safer than it's ever been before. Changes like these are going to create economic growth for our country, which is key to our plan for change.
There you are.
Great, thanks. You can put it on the tab. So this means by next Christmas, buying a pint will be a little bit easier. Great. Yeah, all good.
There you go, mate.
Cheers.
£7.20, please. London prices. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from the Department for Science, Technology and Innovation. As Walter said, screw you, it's Merry Christmas. I find this whole affair very, very sneaky. I'll probably get accused of being a tinfoil hat brigade merchant and all stuff like that, but who cares? You know, where they get our young, that's where they get it. They sneak it in by the back door. And it shouldn't be allowed to happen, should it? Yeah, Steve H. What if you don't have a phone then? Cash is king, use it or lose it. All of that's coming through. Absolutely. What I want to do is just knock off a few of your comments and then we'll have a look at the next thing. Where are we? Johnny, evening, Andy, and his band of merry men and women. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to Andy and everybody. Same to you, Johnny. Thank you very much for your support through the year. And I'm wearing your T-shirt. That's something. Good to see you. Who else have we got? Cosmic Wartoad. Nobody working on... Oh, apparently there's a bit of trouble with my live stream going to X, but we'll just carry on regardless because we're on here. Nobody working on the MSN comment section has come up with any ideas on how to stop the politicians from forcing their WW3 onto us. No, they have not, have they? That's still going on. I think it's them losing control of everything, most definitely. Yes, I think we've definitely lost the connection to X this evening. It seems to have done a bunk, but never mind. We're still on YouTube and still broadcasting. Hello, Pete. Good to see you. Hope you are okay. Thank you. We have got, I do believe the petition is over 3 million now. Yeah, we'll cover that next. We'll cover that very shortly. That's a definite. And we've got Mark. Happy Christmas, Andy. Happy Christmas to you too. And hope you have a wonderful day, the same as everybody else does here. Right, the petition. There's been a bit of a push on this. If we go share screen. Let's have a look at this. There we go, 3,859,860,000. Now, it was still under 2 million when I loaded this earlier. Now, while they say petitions alone don't cure everything, it is a kick in the bollocks for Starmer because it's an ever-growing indication of everything that's wrong. They don't like it. And we don't like them, and this petition goes to show. Now, the problem is, and I think the Black Belt barrister called this out earlier, it will be debated on the 6th of January, and you've got the full response there. And the problem is, this is all shite that we've heard before. £22 billion black holes. and just about everything else. I know many of you have probably signed it in the community here, but if I put the link in, if you could sign it, if you could be so kind, let's get a few more signatures on that thing. It's really vital that we try and get it up a little bit more. While it won't change anything itself, what it does do is send that very clear message that we're pissed off and we're not happy. Jean-Marc, there is the pledge as well. If you go over to Paul Thorpe, there's more information on the pledge over there. That's a definite thing. Janine, is it Gadriel? Merry Christmas, Andy. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great one. I'm trying to work the comments tonight as well because I've got no blood nose, so I'm trying to do two things at once. Ian, 22 billion is nothing in the grand scheme of things. You're right. It's not exactly a black hole, is it? Wesley Taxi, watching your channel from Ireland. Thanks for bringing the truth. You're welcome, Wesley, and Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're well, and everything will be good for you. Rapper 57, still not enough signatures. No, it's not. What we need, or what would be the ideal thing would be if it got the same number of signatures, Labour got votes in the general election. That would be wonderful. That would be absolutely wonderful. Now, the next thing. Who likes chocolate? Everybody likes chocolate. You tell me. It's probably different in America. I shall leave it a minute or two for the chocoholics to come in. Yep. A lot of you do like chocolate. Chris, thank you very much. I love chocolate. Laugh out loud. Yeah, we get loads of chocolate every year. We've got Cadbury's, all sorts of stuff, and celebrations. And my personal favourite, I love mint aero bars or Toblerones. And I eat tons of that. Now, there's this big thing about royal warrants, isn't there? I found this earlier, and I'll pull it up on the screen. Apparently, Queen Elizabeth, when she was alive, dished out, I think there was something like 400 royal warrants. The idea being is that it's stuff that's in the royal household. Is the whole idea of a royal warrant. And you've got here King Charles and Queen Camilla issued around 400 royal warrants on December the 19th, which last up to 5 years. The majority of these, 386, were renewed that were granted by the late Queen, including Kellogg's cereal, Moet Champagne. Interestingly, one of Cadbury's main competitors, Nestle, has retained its warrant, as well as Prestat and Benedict's, which is known for its dark mint chocolate. However, over 100 companies are thought to have lost their warrant, including Cadbury's and Unilever, which owns brands like Marmite and Hellmann's. So Cadbury's has lost the royal warrant. I don't know if anybody's had any dealings with Cadbury's of late, but what seems to happen is everything gets sold to companies abroad, doesn't it? Starmer needs 27 EU nations' permission for the rejoin votes to happen. And thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Very much appreciated. Yes, this is the direction he wants everything to go in, isn't it? But, there are permissions. He'll probably get them. He'll probably get them, definitely, because, it's a stitch up. But, yeah, back to... the the chocolate. I remember years ago, I went up to the Cadbury's factory, which was up, I think it was up Birmingham way in the end. And, you know, you could just stuff your face to a couple of young kids, as me and my sister were at the time. It was wonderful. And, you know, we had loads of the stuff. But I think in time, it all got sold off, didn't it? To other companies. I mean, like Marmite with Unilever, for example, all gone. There's a Bourneville chocolate lover in the house as well. That's wonderful. Spark Swain, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Very much appreciated. And Bourneville is the original Cadbury's chocolate, Jean-Marc says. Absolutely. I mean, Cadbury's is probably still my favourite. I could eat loads of it. And, you know, the fact that a royal warrant has been removed shouldn't take away the enjoyment, should it? Ah, yeah, Johnny, that is a good point, actually. Cadbury's no fart milk. We have to keep an eye out for that these days as well, don't we? But, you know, royal warrants, do they matter? I mean, it said in the article there that it can affect the company's income by something like 5%. But apart from that, just fill your boots. Next one. Who likes Pringles? Give me a 1 in the chat if you do, or a 2 if you don't. Pringles. I hate them smelly cheese and sour cream kind, whatever the hell they're called. There's a lot of ones. I mean, they're easy, aren't they? Just shovel them in like the big piles like that. That seems to be the thing. A lot of ones. Yeah. What's your favourite flavour? I like the salt and vinegar and the ready salted. I can't stand those. Can't stand those damn sour cream ones. Where my kids both love them. They're always eating loads of them. And one of my lads was in the car the other day eating them. Absolutely stunk the thing out. Barbecue. Ah, okay. Real potato chips, Factual says. Salt and vinegar. Plain Pringles. Barbecue. I don't think I've ever tried the barbecue, actually. Plain. Oh, Quavers is another one, definitely. Absolutely delicious. Smoky barbecue. I'll have to try them. Well, Pringles are bringing out a new flavour next year. And they are this. The weather might be chilly, but Pringles is looking to turn up the heat in the new year with their latest crisp launch. The iconic brand has just unveiled a brand new flavour for 2025, which is inspired by a popular American fast food item. There you go, Factual Breakdown. For those who love a bit of spice, you'll be able to get your hands on blazing fried chicken Pringles from January the 1st. The spicy crisps are inspired by Nashville hot chicken, which was voted as one of Pringles fans' top meat-style flavours to try. And that's what they're going to look like, blazing fried chicken flavour. I'll have to devour a whole thing of those, and they're out by January the 1st. So there you go, a couple of Christmas flavours. I mean, we go for the sausage rolls and the vol au vents and the prawn butterfly cakes and all the rest of it as well, all the good old stuff. But Universal Truth says fart flavour. Yes, it could well be, definitely. Absolutely. Welcome to the daily chat with Andy from the garage. I say daily, it's once a week, isn't it? I might do one tomorrow as well. I'm glad I could make it tonight. Please, everybody, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. We've got just over 300 in the chat. Good to see you all. And wonderful to have a little natter. Now, let's have a look at some more of your comments, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Where are we? Jason Hughes put it this way: 20 minutes base fare, half hour late, half fare, 45 minutes and over, you get it free. If the taxi driver's self-employed, no turn up after 45 minutes, no fare. Yes, are you referring to me being a day late and no fare? I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, I've been doing the job 14, 15 years, and the amount of conversations I've seen, along that regard. We had a customer have a bit of a calamity the other day, which I've got to try and sort out when I can get hold of them. They got back from their holiday this morning, so that could be an interesting one. So we'll see what happens. Hello, everyone, and a Merry Christmas. Hope you all have a good one. You too, Margaret. Thank you very much. And thank you for your support as always. Very much appreciated. Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are. Early Merry Christmas. Same to you, Factual Breakdown. Same to you. And as I said earlier, I'll drop you an email. It's actually in my inbox. Oh, I love this. Pete Nikolic, SOS. Stamp out Starmer, SOS. You could do with that on a T-shirt, couldn't you? Like you've got arseholes on my T-shirt. A few of them, including ones that give out mince pies in Morrison's and don't give a shit about who they offend. I did a video on that earlier, by the way. But yeah, that's a great one. All these acronyms that are coming out. How are you in this mad country, Andy asks. I am fine, Andy. Thank you very much. Absolutely wonderful. Good to see you on here. Right, let's get rid of that one. Ian 1 are the names of the people on the special bus. What, these ones on the T-shirt? I could arrange that, couldn't I? There is a place online, apparently, that sells these things. I can't remember. I know somebody put them on eBay because the person that sent me this T-shirt actually told me that's where they were. So, yeah, I think there might be another place as well because my Twitter went absolutely nuts for it. This one, we have Clive, over 3 million signatures. Get many more. Resharing it wildly all over the UK. Only use emails as they can't be censored or suppressed. Yeah, I mean, it's gone up a lot since it's had its second wind, really. And I think more people do need to share it and get it round because at the end of the day, the bigger the amount of people, the bigger the message that's going to be sent. And while it won't be powerful enough on its own to do anything, the media will run a mile with it. That's the thing you've got to look at. The media will run an absolute mile with it. And that's very powerful, particularly how they clamour for sensationalism and all the different stories. Stuart, no Xmas for me. I'm still in the hospital. Bless you, Stuart. How much longer? What's the outlook? Are you going to get out soon? I take it you're going to be in there for Christmas. I'm going to try and pre-record something to come out Christmas Day, which I've done the last couple of years. I'm just got to work that out yet. But leave that with me. That's work in progress, definitely. But all the best to you, Stuart. And I hope you are okay. And we've got Jeff. Happy Christmas. Oh, happy Christmas to you as well. And best wishes to you and your family. Right, here's another one for you then. Has any... what's this? Andy, hello, Jeff. What do you think of the Stomer Party going to fast-track changes on voting, allowing 16-year-olds and non-natives to vote? These lot need to go. Non-natives, if you're not a resident of this country for an amount of time and you didn't have the right to vote, definitely, I agree with you. 16-year-olds, it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? But if they let 16-year-olds in to vote, all I will say to that is you look at the amount of exposure that Nigel Farage and Reform have got on TikTok and how much of a presence they've grown on TikTok, which happens to be used an awful lot by young people. I can see that not working out for them, but, we'll have to see. I saw my mum's name in the chat there somewhere. Hi, Mum. I hope you're okay this evening. Right, here's another one for you. Has anyone ever heard of an etiquette expert with regard to Christmas? Yes, an etiquette expert. Yeah, I see, Mum. Merry Christmas, Factual Breakdown. There she is. Hello, Mum, everybody. That's my mother. And she'll be cooking us Christmas dinner on the actual day, bless her. Yeah, Clive, lots of teenagers do support reform, and you've seen it. I think he's played a blinder with the social media influence there, definitely. If you can't drink beer, you can't vote, Michael says, definitely. Yeah, who's heard of an etiquette expert? David L. Santa, yeah, you could well be. What have we got here? Thank you very much for the £1.99 super chat, Janine. Very much appreciated. I'll go in the fund, definitely. Yes, my missus, she's always telling me what Steve says. Absolutely. What the fuck is even that? Ian says, yeah. When I got with my wife years ago, I had these most annoying 3/4 length shorts. I loved them, but she had a house like a sauna, and I used to wear these shorts because it was the only way I could survive. And in the end, she said, if ever we move in together, you're getting rid of the shorts. You know, I thought she must have been an etiquette expert. But an etiquette expert, according to this, is somebody that advises you on what to and what not to get. Etiquette expert details the most insulting gifts you should never buy for the man in your life. And, you know, I can't believe somebody gets paid for this crap. I mean, yeah, somebody opening a thing. Yeah, this is, I think that's a so-called etiquette expert. I can't say any more than that with the suede trousers and the, you know which side of the fence that is, don't you? But at the end of the day, if you're with somebody for long enough and you're with somebody for, you know, an amount of time, or even your family, and you know people, how the fuck do you need an etiquette expert, for crying out loud? Surely you know everything you need to know. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, I agree with you. I'll mark that comment. I'll come back to that in a minute. And same with Cosmic Water. It's amazing what people actually find, isn't it, to give themselves a job. And it's amazing people will pay money for this to give themselves a job. It's nuts, isn't it? Right. I want to go through a couple of very quick, serious topics. We've been talking about Christmas, and then we'll go through the comments and see how we get on. Right. I just want to copy and paste this. As I said, I've got no blood nose tonight, so I'm having to do everything cat-handed kind of thing. Right. Yes. Going to France. And we're talking about our dear dinghy brethren, or more especially, and maybe Jean-Marc can shed some light on this if you know anything else from over there. French Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau has told Home Secretary Yvette Cooper almost 1 in 3 illegals arriving in Europe are attempting to reach Britain. You can see a picture there. France is plotting to ask Britain for more money to patrol their beaches and prevent channel migrant crossings. French Interior Minister Bruno has told Yvette Cooper almost 1 in 3 want to come here. He wants more money to go towards a new police station in Calais and to fund more patrols along the French coast. He told Miss Cooper the situation in Calais and Dunkirk is worsening, but Paris is also mooting the idea of a compensation fund to pay for damage caused by migrants hoping to reach Britain. Why the hell is that our problem? You know, and French sources refuse to deny claims he wants the UK to hand over more cash. The number of police and gendarmes on the coast is set to increase by 175 up to 800. And it goes on. You know, they keep throwing more money at it, or they keep asking for more money to be thrown at it, and it's not on. At the end of the day, coming over, and there's a failure to stop them leaving the beaches. Why is that? I wonder. Why is that? there's a failure to prevent them from making it all the way over here because they're escorted. Why is that, I wonder? Why is that? And they want more money for more police and everything. And I remember once upon a time, they were actually offered British servicemen to go over to the French coast, the beaches, and help patrol and stop this from happening. And we got told to Foxtrot Oscar. Why is that? We were told it would be like we were invading France. Aren't we being invaded the other way around? Something stinks. And all they want is more money thrown at it. Now, the problem is, of course, our shitty government, the way they are, will probably give them exactly what they're after. And it's obvious more money isn't the answer. More drastic action is. Now, speaking of drastic action, do you remember the guy that wanted to sue the owner of a pub because he was offended by the sign? Well, apparently the same guy wants to sue 2 more pubs. I don't get this. And you can see he's a convicted felon, threatens a legal action against 2 more Saracen's Head pubs because he considers the signs offensive. They're both called Saracen's Heads. And he was jailed for 4 years in 2018 for preparing terrorist propaganda, set to launch action against a pub in Kings Langley, Hertfordshire, and another one on the bank of the River Wye in Hereford. He's from Essex, and he's already suing a pub in Amersham. One pub said that the court battle could cost him his business. Now, this arsehole, no other word for him, has been sending threats. I mean, there's one here, Simon Belsley, who runs the 300-year-old Hereford pub, has received 2 letters threatening legal action. I don't have the money to challenge this. It could close us down. This man has chosen to live here and is trying to change our history. The pub's name goes back to 1705. Peter Dillingham, who owns the Kings Langley pub, received an email giving him 2 weeks to remove the sign before he escalates matters further. What does he mean, escalates matters further? Surely somebody with the background that he's reported to have, this should be looked into. He said he had seen our sign and was deeply offended as it showed a man with a tanned complexion in a you only need to take one look to see that that's not the case. Now, how can people go round willy-nilly suing people just for signs, you know, because it's a person in a turban, apparently with a darker complexion. I just don't get that personally. And further, I don't get how they're allowed to get away with it. Why are they allowed to get away with it? Have we really gone that soft? Have we really gone that insane that we allow this to happen? It really makes me think, you know, what the hell? I mean, there's things with turbans around all the time. I mean, we spoke about this little guy earlier. And a lot of people are finding him offensive. In fact, he's bloody hilarious. And I would encourage more people to watch him because I think they're all very, very funny. But there you go. Right, the last thing I want to do, and then we'll go and have a look at the comments. I have another YouTube channel which has been sitting kind of, what's the word, dormant for a little while. And I want to try and do something with it in the new year. It's called Aviation Andy. I'll put a link to it in the description now in the chat. Now, one of my loves that has been all my life is aviation. I absolutely love anything to do with aircraft. And here it is, Aviation Andy. I've only got a collection of videos on it, really, just all about different things to do with aircraft. And in the new year, I want to try and have a little bit more of a tinker with this and try and get it up and running. I put another video up on there, NATO clash Dutch F-35s intercept, the other day, and it's had just over 1,000 views on it. So you can tell it's a fairly new channel, and I would like to try and do a little bit more with it. So if you could do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe, I really would appreciate it. Now, I've got, you know, obviously here is my main channel. This is what I do, and this will always be the priority. The other thing is just a little pet project. But if you could help me with that and assist me with that, that would be great. Now, for the last 20 minutes or so, we'll have a look what you've got to say. That'd be wonderful. Let me just start that. I'll come back to it later. Right. Who we got here? Oliver, Merry Christmas Eve. Absolutely. Same to you, Oliver, and I hope you've got good plans for the next couple of days. Jason, live stream Christmas Day at 3 p.m. would be good. Shit on TV then. Does that include the King's speech, I wonder? I can never remember what time that's on now. I mean, I'll be tucking into Christmas dinner about 3 p.m. What I'll probably end up having to do is pre-record something, I reckon. Let's see how that goes. Tanky daughter, cooked and ate half my turkey. You ate half of it already? Oh, wow. We've got a fair bit Christmas Day. I know that. All thanks to my mum. Very much looking forward to it. I don't think I've had dinner around hers for a long time, actually. Gold Mario 5500, congrats on over 100,000 subscribers, Andy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 120,000 in the next couple of days. I don't know whether that's doable or not. YouTube did a really weird thing last night. I lost, I think it was 130 subscribers in an hour. Literally just plummeted. I thought, what the hell's going on? So I contacted YouTube and I said, you know, is there something amiss here? And it turned out that they were doing some kind of work. And as of now, I've actually got more subscribers at this point than I did this time last night. So go figure. I don't know. Good evening, Andy, and all in chat. Same to you, Sylvia. I bet you left that 40 minutes ago, didn't you? But just catching up with it now. Good to see you. Is that Tonzi Cook? Evening to Andy. Love the t-shirt. Very fitting, to say the least. Absolutely. I mean, I've got other ones as well. This one I've had for a long time, which I had done for me. 007 Presents, and it's a picture of me on there. I kind of rotate round them, and I think some of them might need washing, actually, but it's all good stuff and a bit of fun. So I like that. Stuart, hit me up in a members live when you want to buy a Ninja on the official site. I can get discount codes. Cool. I'll take you up on that. I was going to buy them. I was going to buy one today, but I found I've got to wait for tomorrow for reasons only I know. Yeah, I might take you up on that. Cheers, Stuart. And again, I wish you the best and hope you get well soon. Jeff, hello. Happy Christmas to everybody. Same to you, Jeff. Wonderful. Before I read the next comment, which reminds me, the live I did last Sunday, I announced the winner of the £100 giveaway. You know, I give away £100 in shopping vouchers every year. The winner has, as of now, not approached me. I've replied to them on YouTube, and I've put a big community post up saying who the winner is and everything, but they've not approached me. Obviously, the idea of giving the vouchers before Christmas isn't going to happen because there's not enough time. If the person doesn't get in contact with me by the end of Boxing Day, I'll look to give the vouchers away to somebody else between Boxing Day and New Year's. So with any luck, it'll pay for somebody for a New Year's meal or something like that. So watch this space, and I'll get that sorted. There's literally £100 there with somebody's name on it, and I want to give it to somebody. Ex-submariner from the country that enrolled a third of the globe, now reduced to a woke, quivering mess. I know, it really is sickening, isn't it? I saw a great video of Donald Trump the other day, and he says, we're going to cancel woke. Woke is bullshit. And I thought, you're cold. That's young person speak for, I like it. John Lane, the reason why China and India, etc., have really high emissions compared to the UK is that the UK has no manufacturer. That's a good point, actually. Anything we did have, we kick out and export, don't we? Literally everything. Hardly anything of any magnitude is built here anymore. Could you imagine the absolute shower of shouting and everything else if it was another way? I know what you mean. Chris, anyone seen 2CTV tonight? Frightening. Chris, I saw one of his things scheduled that did catch my eye, but I've not had a look at it. I have to admit, I've not had a look, but I'll check that out when I come off air. Reg D, just say, I do not consent. Absolutely. You know, this is the whole thing, isn't it? When you get cynical old farts like us lot, pardon, just in case I offended anybody there, who you know, see things a lot easier, you can't implement it. But if you go in the other end with kids that haven't lived and can't see all of the complications of stuff, their minds are very pliable. You can get it. So we need to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen. It's a big bloody setup and it's sick. Jason, Starmer is half China, really, but his last name is Kia. All right, I get it now. Wanky. Yes, I love it. I think I'm going to steal that. But, we had a friend of mine, Shutsun, Yo Shutsun. His last name was Yo, and obviously they express more importance on the family name, so they reverse it. And not anybody could say his first name properly, so we nicknamed him Chip, as in chocolate chip. And he used to love it, and he used to go around introducing himself as Chip to everybody. I've probably not seen that guy in about 25 years, bless him. He was a good friend of mine at one point. Starmer is destroying our country. We need to stand up. Lionheart, you're absolutely right. You know, there's loads of voices all over the country, and they need to be unified if we're going to have any hope. Somebody reminded me lately, never lose hope, even if you think it's all lost. Never lose hope. You will get there in the end. Cosmic, I got a for reductions today. Big tube of Smarties and Milky Way buttons for £1 a throw, and I've still got loads of my post-Halloween reductions. Okay, I'm going out tomorrow because I need to get my two kids a load of junk for, you know, Boxing Day and whatever else, just so we can have a good old snack up. Generally, I drop my guard Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and I just eat everything and everything. And, you know, try and get back on the diet wagon afterwards. I've lost a lot of timber over the last few months. And, you know, I'm starting, unless I kind of look down and all three of my chins come back, I'm starting to see a little bit of a chin and a jaw coming back. I've lost a bit off my belly as well. There's more of that to follow. So, you know, it's great. The UK is a separate legal entity from England and Wales, Ireland and Scotland. All the UK is a political union, which is tying in those countries. You know, people get... I heard a politician earlier describe the United Kingdom as a country. The United Kingdom isn't a country at all. Great Britain isn't a country. Great Britain's a lump of land, which was given its name because all of us are sitting on it. We are our own countries. You have to work out what you're actually defending. You know, that's what this bloody government lot do. They get us all confused and in a tither. Ricardo, anyone else had VPNs disconnecting and won't connect again? Used one for years, but the last month it's been terrible. Not had the problem. I had to do a promo. Well, I didn't have to do a promo. They offered it to me of a VPN product. which I've done. And when I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's not bad, that. I think it's Proton VPN. I had a look, but no, I've not had the problem, really. Jason, that reminds me, I've got to email Black Belt Barrister a while ago. A video got taken down of his regarding 500 people who got caught speeding on the M5 when there was no lower speed limit showing than 70. Okay, so was it penalty points? Was it more serious than that? How fast were they going? Obviously, you know, there's nothing there showing that. I mean, I had a guy I worked with who got done for speeding, going down a road that was 70 miles an hour, and he was doing 70, but they confused the type of vehicle he's got. He was driving a Ford Tornado Custom, same as I've got. And where he was clocked by the speed camera, they considered him the type of vehicle where you've got to do, I think it's 50 or 60. And he said, well, on the logbook, and it's the same as mine, I'm classed as an MPV, not a van or light goods vehicle. So I'm allowed to do 70. And he had to argue it, but he did get away with it. But there's all sorts of dodgy shit going on out there, isn't there? Absolutely. Barry Cuda 123. Margate police stove my head in and then pulled my pants down in the hospital. Wrong'uns. Oh, you're kidding me. There's a lot to be said, isn't there? For some of that goes on. I could tell you a story or six. I really could. But I hope you're all right, Barry. Best wishes to you. Les the Vlog Shorts. Anne and Les watching from Lisburn, Northern Ireland. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all your family, Andy. Same to you, Les, and same to Anne as well. Good to see you, and thank you for joining in this evening. Ryan, he's an etiquette disaster. Yes, our etiquette expert was a bit of an etiquette disaster, wasn't he? Absolutely. I couldn't believe the way the guy was. Jesus. Another highly paid, pointless non-job, wasn't it just? I wonder how much an etiquette expert gets. I mean, somebody said, who the fuck's one of them? And they might well be right there. Might well be right. Jean-Marc, yes, they have new ministers. Has been a new reshuffle in the government. Bruno is a new appointment. Well, I don't like him already. Get rid of him. You French are good at that. Somebody you don't like, you get them out the door. Sharpish. Could do with some more of that. It always gets on my bloody nerves. It really does. Ian, but what about the £22 billion black hole? Exactly. You go back to the budget. It was, we've got a £22 billion black hole. And then immediately it was spend. It's unfreaking believable, isn't it? Trans frog seeking asylum. We are being, I'll let you finish, shafted, led up the garden path, lied to, robbed blind. There's all sorts of stuff, isn't there? I mean, you could fit anything in that sentence, and not all of it's polite. Jeff Redcliffe, Andy, I see that the petition has now passed 3 million. It certainly has. Let's get it going again. I hope at least all the pensioners and reform voters come on board. Yeah, the more Starmer does, I mean, I done that video yesterday of that food tax, that net zero food tax. Yes, I'm reminded that it was an idea brought in by the Conservatives, Michael Gove particularly, but it was put on hold. Now, it got brought in by Starmer, or reintroduced by Starmer. The more they do that, and the more they take money out of people's pockets, the more pissed off people are going to become. And, we need to deal with it. But, yeah, absolutely. We need to get that petition shared everywhere. France builds the Mirage in Normandy. Cool. Absolutely cool. Some wonderful aircraft, isn't there? Some wonderful aircraft. Speaking of which, Jonathan Ritchie, the Chipmunk. Yes, I flew in Chipmunks when I was an air cadet. I was never in the Army. I was never in the Air Force. I was never in the Navy. I was in the Air Training Corps. And my plan was, when I was 16, I wanted to join the Air Force. But as luck would have it, life took me down a different path, should we say. And one of the things I loved more than anything was going to RAF Manston, as it was at the time, usually on a Sunday. I had an air experience flight up there, and we used to go flying in the Chipmunks. You know, when they give you control of the aircraft and you're flying, it just feels free, freedom. There's nothing else like it. Now, I remember going to a museum up at Manston. They got the RAF museum there. It's really interesting. And one of the things that was in there was a chipmunk. I thought, Jesus, I went flying in one of these, and now it's in a museum. Crazy, huh? And one thing that really struck me as well was how tall I am compared with how tiny it was. And I thought, how did I get in the back of one of these things? I must have done, and I don't know if there's any ex-air cadets in the chat, but you had to strap on a parachute and bend over like this, and it was something, but it was an experience I absolutely loved as a kid. Absolutely loved. Yeah, handy Andy. So you got your other channel off the ground. Well, I've barely touched it. Yeah, you know, I did odds and ends, and I thought what I want to try and start doing is one video a week. It's probably going to be pretty much a faceless channel, so you won't see me like this, like you do now. But I want to try and get at least one video a week on there. Either something about aircraft or something that's happened in the news. I mean, there's a couple of things that happened today. I could have got myself channeled up and got something on there, but it's work in progress, and see what happens. It's more of a pastime, more of a hobby, should we say. We'll see where it goes. But Andy the Gabby Cabby is my main interest, and you know, we rock it away as much as we do. But if you could go and have a look at the other one and subscribe, I would appreciate it, and try and get a bit of movement there, definitely. Right, let's have another couple of comments, and then we'll talk about calling it night. British means contract man. Okay. I'd better get pilot's license and film it. I wanted to learn to fly. I've lost track of how much a pilot's license costs now. You know, I wanted to be a pilot. That was the plan, and I wanted to join the Air Force and do it that way. But what actually happened, I was told when I went to the recruitment office that because I didn't have the right qualifications, I either could enlist as a whole list of different things, and then I could then build my way up, or I could go away, get my qualifications and everything else, and come back to it later. I went away and I got A levels. I ended up getting myself into university, which was like the track, and life took a turn, shall we say, and it didn't work out that way. And here I am talking to you, sitting in my garage several years later. But any chance I get to fly, I would take it with both hands, definitely. Ron, he is Trump, the greatest man of all. He is Trump. He's always on the ball. He plays the game as it should be played at home or as far away. Our banners fly high from dawn to dark. I tell you what, I'm going to love next year. I do worry about him, you know, with the way things are, and I hope nobody tries anything silly again. You never know. There's always that speculation, but hopefully you should do well to shake things up a bit. Factual breakdown. Andy, in addition to the aviation factoids, you could share airline stories from hell, like Delta Airlines bumping a first-class passenger for a dog. Really? Oh, my God. But yeah, that's a good idea. I need to find trending things like that. Definitely. Thank you, Factual. Appreciate that. And Ron again, I'm meeting my buddies out on the lake. We're headed out to a special place we love. Just a few folks know. There's no signing up, no monthly dues. Take your Johnson, your Mercury, or your effing Bless you. Brilliant, Ron. I love places like that, and there's not so many now, is there, that nobody knows but you, and you can just go and hide away for a little while. I think they call it your special place, that's for sure. Well, speaking of special places, you've just spent an hour with me in my garage. And as always, it's been wonderful. Thank you very much for coming to see me and sharing a few Christmas tales and a couple of bits of serious news and seeing what you had to say. I appreciate all your support as always. Really, really do. I can't promise anything, but I'll try and do a little live tomorrow if I can. I'm going to pre-record something to come out Christmas Day for the people that aren't going to be with anybody. I always try and do that if I can. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on this chat. It helps spreads it around everywhere. It's really great. Merry Christmas to everybody that's not going to be here the next couple of days. And I really hope whatever you've got with you and your family, it's a really special time. It always is at this time of year. Have a great one. And as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.